Welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. You know what, I'm so glad you've come to this channel. I really appreciate it. If you would do the thumbs up thing, if you would subscribe, I would be truly grateful and honoured. Many thanks. Right, so let's talk about a very sort of strong, intense and weird fragrance. Okay, let's talk about my favourite fragrance house, Mancera. Now, I have quite a collection of Manceras. This one is possibly, out of all the ones I've got, the strongest, the longest lasting, and possibly, maybe, the most offensive. Right, so let's see what we've got. So it's Mancera, and it's AOUD VANILLE. Okay. Let's have a cheeky spray and let's try and tell you what this is. Okay, this is an old school fight, right? It's a good punch up. Okay, in fact, I don't know where I'm going to make this up from. This is a battle in a bottle. Seriously, I don't know where I come up with these things. There's two ingredients in my nose. There's obviously oud, there's that smoky oud wood, and there's the vanilla. Now, Mancera does amazing vanillas. Remember, recently we reviewed this one, the Velvet Vanilla. Okay, and seriously, the vanilla just pretty much dominates that along with the floral notes. In fact, they complement each other. This bad boy is quite different. This is a serious fight because the vanilla tries to be sweet and nice and the oud wood holds it down. You know what? Every time the vanilla seems to come to the surface and go, look at me, I'm really nice and sweet vanilla, the oud wood knocks it out. So you end up with, and I've sprayed this on my wrist around about 5 or 6 hours ago, and it's still going strong. And you know what? Neither of those two fragrance notes has actually won. It's still kind of stalemate. Now, I don't mean it's stale as in it's gone off. I mean, literally, there is no clear winner in this battle. Okay? Now, some people may say, oud, you know, it's not really a fragrance note which is very readily acceptable. This is not a sort of a skanky sort of farmyard sort of oud. It's more of a smoky, woody oud. It's a Gaiac wood oud. Okay, but the thing is, and this is a difficult one to explain, the vanilla never completely dominates, and neither does the oud. It's kind of, they both, when one goes up, the other one comes up and knocks it down, and you end up with this incredible sort of middle house. It's a vanilla-y oudy fragrance. Now you're going to say, well, I got that from the name, but that's the best way to describe it. It's a battle. Every now and then the vanilla just comes out and then the oud just comes out, and you never actually get that sweetness. You know, in Velvet Vanilla, the floral notes along with the vanilla, they complement each other. This is an actual old school punch up because neither one lets the other one dominate. Okay, who could wear this bizarre fragrance? Okay, now I don't normally do this. I don't normally say, oh, you can only wear it in the summer or the winter, but realistically, I've got to put my hand on my heart and say, you cannot wear this in the summer. It is not a summer fragrance. It's kind of dark, it's kind of slightly mysterious, and I would say it's got to be worn in the colder weather. I think you'd probably be sick if you wore this in the summer because it just isn't that. You know what, there's plenty of other fragrances out there, there's plenty of other Manceras out there where they've got sort of citrusy floral notes and it's the bright sparkling notes. There's nothing bright and there's nothing sparkling about Oud Vanilla. It's very dark, it's very mysterious, and it's very sort of cold. I don't mean it's a cold fragrance because it's quite actually a warming fragrance, okay? It'd be great on a winter's night, but it's not your sparkling, citrusy, floral fragrance. What about what kind of age group? I seriously don't think a teenager could wear this. In fact, I don't even think someone in their 20s could wear this. I think once you hit the 30 mark, yes, this would work 100%. So it's for your middle-aged to your older guy. Now, as most Manceras are, it's marketed as unisex. Now, I don't normally say this. I normally say, you know what, just doesn't matter, just wear it. I can't really see a female particularly wanting to wear this because for me it leans heavily towards a male fragrance. Right, now, how else could I help you to understand this? Right, now, if you are familiar with these two fragrances, the first one is Atkinson's His Majesty the Oud and 24 Gold by Scent Story, the Oud edition. Mancera Oud Vanilla sits nicely between the two. It's not quite as strong in its oud as the Atkinson's, and it's not quite as sweet in its appearance as the 24 Gold Oud edition. But it sits nicely between the two. Now, if you like either of those, and you sort of like that sort of oldie, woody, smoky kind of fragrance, you will actually fall in love with this. The best thing about this is its projection and its longevity. Okay, this is an absolute monster. You can't stop it. If you get it on your clothes, unless you sort of wash it 5 or 6 times in the washing machine, it stays on your clothes, okay? So if you spray it, you get it on your sort of collar, it will still be there next time you put those clothes on. In terms of projection, you will get a solid 4 hours of it just sort of firing off you. In terms of longevity, this pretty much lasts all day. And if you haven't had a shower in the evening, you wake up in the morning, actually, at that point, if you smell it, yeah, okay, it's a skin scent, it's not coming off you. If you smell it at that point, you know what? The final victor is the vanilla, because the following day, eventually the battle is won, and the thing that's left on your skin is the vanilla. Okay, but while it's projecting, there's no clear winner. So, I'm going to say warning, this is not a blind buy, okay? Get yourself a sample because you may be completely turned off by the fact that it's in my book, very masculine. And if you're a woman, you're thinking, okay, could it go either way? It kind of really doesn't in my book. And you may be kind of put off the fact that the vanilla never actually gets to dominate until the following day when everything else has gone. Okay, so if you're looking for a bright, exciting kind of fragrance, I'm sorry, this is not that bright, citrusy, floral fragrance. This is your dark, mysterious, and very cozy, warm winter and cold weather fragrance. So be brave, go and buy it, but don't blind buy it, get yourself a sample first. So thank you for listening to that. I hope it sort of made sense, and I really appreciate you coming. Thumbs up, subscribe, stay safe, stay happy, spray that fragrance, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.